So I'm gonna wind things down here, I guess. I just wanted to let you know that this ain't your grandma's Shakepeare. It's Q-Line.
Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a faithful trip that started from this tropic point of boy this time. It was a nice sailor man who skipped the rain that showed. The passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour. The weather started getting warm by the time the ship
Moses!
The ship set down on the shore to listen chime.
Master! Master! Here, Master! What's here?
Oh, good. Speak to the mariners. Don't do it, Yarley, or we run ourselves aground. Mister.
Hi, my hearts! Cheerily, cheerily, my hearts! Yard, yard! Taking the topsail! Time the master's whistle! Look to that first night wind and firm enough, like pray now keep it low!
Where's the master, bosun?
Do you not see him? You roar our labor! Keep your cabin to resist the storm!
Nay, good. Be patient.
When the sea attempts, what care these roars in the name of king? To cabin! Silence!
Listen!
Trouble us not! If you can, command these elements to silence. If not, give thanks you have lived so long. Out of our way, I say. Down with the topsail! Yard! Lower! Lower! Bring in a try with main course! A plague upon this howling air, louder than the weather or our office. Again! What do you hear? Shall we give over and drown? Do you have a mind to sink?
A pox in your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, and charitable dog.
Work you then.
Anchor, hang you whore, son, insolent noisemaker. We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
Ah! 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 Hell is empty and all the devils are here!
noble creatures in it dashed all to pieces. The cry did knock against my very heart. Our souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, ere the good ship still have swallowed the rotting souls within her.
Be collected. No more amazement. Till your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day!
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art. I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater father.
The more to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee farther. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So, lie there, my art. Wipe thou thine eyes, have comfort. the direful spectacle of the wreck which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee. I have with such provision in mine art so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as a hair, but to any creature in the vessel which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must now no farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but you stopped with a bootless inquisition, you concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour is now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came into this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou was not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can.
By what? By any other house or person of anything the image tell me that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my memory warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward and abysm of time? If thou rememberest thou ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
That I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since thy father was the Duke of Milan and a prince of power.
Sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter. And thy father, Duke of Milan, thou his only heir, a princess no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence, or blessed was it we did?
Both. Both, my girl. By foul play as thou sayest we heave thence, but blessedly hope hither.
The team that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance, please you, farther.
My sister, and thy cousin called Antonia, I pray thee mark me, that a sister should be so perfidious. She whom next thyself of all the world I love, and to her put the manage of my state, as at that time throughout the signores it was the first, and Prospero the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity, and for the liberal arts without a parallel, those being all my study, the government had cast upon my sister, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret study. My false cousin, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suit, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them or else new formed them. Having both the key of officer and office, set all the hearts of the state to what tune pleased her ear. Then now she was the ivy which had hemmed my princely trunk, and sucked my verdure out on it, thou attendest not.
Good sir, I do.
I pray thee mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind for that which, but by being so retired, ill prized on popular rate, and my false sister awake an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, to beget her for a false one, and its contrary, as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence sans bound. She being thus lorded, not only with what my revenue yielded, but what my power might else exact, like one who having into truth by telling of it, made such a sinner of her memory to credit her own lie, she did believe she was indeed the duke. Out of the substitution and executing the outward faith of royalty, though prerogative, hence her ambition growing, dost thou hear?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part she played and him she played it for, she needs will be absolute Milan. Me? Poor man, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalty she thinks me now incapable. Confederate, so dry she was persuaded, the king of Naples. Give him annual tribute, do him homage, subject her coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed, alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
Mark her condition in the event. Then tell me if this might be a sister.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition. The king of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my sister's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom. One midnight, bitter to the purpose, did Antonia open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness heard thence me and thy crying so.
Alack! For pity! I'm not remembering how I cried out then, will cry o'er it again. It is a hint that brings my eyes to it.
Go a little further, and then I'll bring thee to the present business which now is upon us, without the which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench. My tale provokes that question. Dear they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, with fair colors painted their foul ends. And few they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leaks to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged nor tackle, sail nor mast, the very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sang back again did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, cherubim thou wast, that did preserve me, or did smile and fuse with the fortitude from heaven. When I had decked the sea with drops full salt under my burthen groan, which raised me an undergoing stomach to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, being then appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linen, stuffs, and necessaries, which since have steaded much.
But I might never see that man.
Now I arise. Sit still, and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here in this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmaster, made thee more profit than other princesses can, to have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heaven thank you for it. And now I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm?
No less far forth. By accident most strange, bountiful fortune, now my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. And by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence if now I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come away, servant. Come! Approach my Ariel. Come!
Oh, hail, great master, grave sir, hail. I come to answer thy best pleasure. Be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding task, Ariel, in all my quality.
Hast thou spirit performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the king's ship, now in the beak, now in the waist. In every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometimes I divine and burn in many places. On the topmast, and the yards, and the bowsprit would I flame distinctly. Then meet and join Jove's lightnings, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps. More momentary and sight outrunning were not the fires and cracks of sulphur's roaring. The most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake.
My brave spirit, who is so firm, so constant that this coil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel, then all afire with me. The king's son Ferdinand, with hair upstanding then like reeds, not air was the first that leapt and cried, "Hell is empty and all the devils are here!"
Why, that's my spirit. But are the Ariel safe?
Not a hair perished, upon their sustaining garments not a blemish, but fresher than before. And as thou badest me in troops, I have dispersed them about the isle. The king's son have I landed by himself, whom I left cooling of the air with sighs, sitting in an odd angle of the isle, his arms in this sad knot.
Of the king's ship, the mariners, say how thou hast disposed and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in the harbor, deep in the nook is the king's ship. All the mariners under hatches stowed, a charm joined to their suffered labor, I have left asleep.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remind thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now, Moody, what if thou canst demand?
My liberty!
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee, remember I have done thee worthy service. Told thee no lies, made thee no mistaking, served thou grudge or grumbling. Thou didst promise to bait me a full year.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No, sir.
Thou dost, and thinkest it much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth when it is baked with frost.
I do not, sir.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax?
No.
Thou knowest she was banished.
I, sir.
This black-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and here was left by the sailors. Thou, my slave, as thou reportst thyself, was then her servant. And further was the spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, refusing her grand hest, she did confine thee into a cloven pine, within which wretch imprisoned thou didst painfully remain a dozen years. What torment I did find thee in? Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breast of ever-angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax did not again undo. It was my art when I arrived and heard thee that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou more murmurst, I will rend an oak and peg thee in this knotty incha so thou hast howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, master, I will do my spiriting gently.
Do so. And after 2 days thou wouldst charge me.
That's my noble master. Say what? What shall I do? Say what?
Go make thyself invisible, be subject to no sight but thine and mine. Myself to that freckled hag-born whelp, Caliban.
I, Caliban, Sycorax's bastard.
Go thing I say so. That Caliban who not keep in service. Go hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hast slept well.
The strangeness of your story put a heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on. We'll visit Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
Tis a villain, sir. I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss it. Just make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serve the offices that profit us. What ho! Slave, Caliban, doubtless thou speak.
There's wood enough with this.
Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come thou tortoise, come forth.
As wicked dew as ere my mother brushed, with raven's feather from unwholesome swamp, drop on ye both, a southwest blow on ye and blister you all o'er.
For this, be sure tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches which shall pen thy breath up. Sea urchins shall, for that vast night that they may work all exercise on thee, or shall be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than bees that made him.
I must eat my dinner. Delicious. This island's mine by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. Oh, and thou camest first, thou strokest me and madest much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the lesser that burn by day and night. And I loved thee, and taught thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be that I did so. All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on ye! Light on ye! Light on ye. For I am all the subject you have, which first was mine own king. And here you sty me in this hard rock, whilst you do keep from me the rest of the isle.
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness. I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and largely in mine own cell, because thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh ho, what has had been done? Thou didst prevent me. I had peopled else this isle with Caliban.
Oh, poor slave! I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or other when thou didst not, savage, know thine own meaning. But thy vile race, so thou didst learn, had that in it which good nature could not abide to be with. Therefore was thou deservedly confined into this rock, who had deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language, and my prophet ons I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hagseed heads, fetch us in fuel and be quick, thou art best to answer other business. If thou neglectest, or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, for all thy bones with aches, make thee roar, the beast shall tremble at thy din.
Ah! No, pray thee, his art is of such power it could control my damned god Cerberus, and make a vassal of him.
So slave hence.
Come unto these yellow sands, and take hands. Curtsied when thou having kissed, the wild waves whist. Footed fleetly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, the watchdogs bark. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer cry cock-a-doodle-doo.
Where should this music be? In the air of the earth? It sounds no more, and sure waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again, the king my father wrecked. This music has crept by me upon these waters, allaying both their fury and my passion. Through its sweet air it hath drawn me, or I have followed it rather, but 'tis gone. No, it begins again.
Full fathom 5, thy father lies. Of his bones are coral made, those were pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that doth change, but doth suffer a sea change, into something rich and strange. See nymphs hourly ring his knell. Hark now, I hear them! Ding dong bell!
The ditty does remember my drowned father. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
See what thou seest beyond.
What is it? Spirit? Lord, how it moves about. Sir, it carries a great form. 'Tis a spirit.
No, wench. It eats and sleeps and hath such senses as we have such. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, and but he's something stained by grief as beauty's canker. Thou mayst call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find him.
I call him a thing divine. Nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompted. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens, I am the best of them that speak this speech, were we but where 'tis spoken.
How? The best? What wert thou if the king of Naples heard thee?
I myself am Naples, who with mine own eyes never since at ebb beheld the king, my father wrecked.
Lack for mercy.
A word, good sir. I fear you have done yourself some wrong. A word?
Why speaks my father so ungently? He's the third man ere I saw, the first that ere I sighed for. Move my father to be inclined like me.
Oh, if a virgin, and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the queen of Naples.
Soft, sir. One word more. I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou dost usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord Art.
No, as I am a man.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit had so fair a house, good things would strive to dwell in it.
Follow me. Speak not for him, he's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together. Sea water shalt thou drink. Thy food should be the fresh brook mussels, with the roots and husks wherein the acorn cradled. Follow.
No, I will resist such entertainment until my enemy has more power.
Never be gentle and not fearful. What?
I say my tutor? Put thy weapon up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop.
I beseech you, father!
Hence hang not on my garment!
I'll be his surety!
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What, an advocate for an impostor? Hush. Thou thinkest there be'st no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench! To the best of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels!
My love for him is most humble. I have no desire to see any goodlier men.
Come on, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again. Have no vigor in them.
So they are. My spirits as in a dream are all bound up. My father's lost the weakness that which I feel. The wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid, else all corners of the earth, let liberty make use of, have I in such a prison.
It works. Come on! Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Follow me, or what thou shalt do me.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by his speech. This is unwanted which now came from him.
Stop it! Thou shalt be free as mountain winds, but to all points do exactly my command.
To the syllable.
Come, follow, speak not for him!
Beseech you, sir, be merry, you have cause. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrows with our comforts.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge. The visitor will not give him more so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit, and by
By and by it'll strike.
Sir,
one tell.
when every grief that's entertained comes to the entertainer.
Fie, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue.
I prithee, spare.
Well, I have done.
He will be talking.
Which of here, Adrian, for a good wager, first begins to crow? The old cock. The cockerel. Done. The wager? A laughter. A match.
Though this island seems to be desert,
Ha, so you're paid.
uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet.
yet
Could not miss it.
it must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
Aye, and subtle as he most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs and rotten ones.
Or as it were perfumed by a chamber pot.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
Of that there is none.
Or little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
Then I have green in it.
He misses not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth completely.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As many vouched rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, would it not say he lies?
Aye, or very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments seem now as fresh as when we put them on first in Africa, at the marriage of the king's fair daughter, Claribel, to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since Widow Dido's time.
Widow? A pox to that. How came that widow in, Widow Dido?
What if he had said widower Aeneas too? Good lord, how you take it.
Widow Dido, said you? You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis, sir, was Carthage.
Carthage.
I assure you, Carthage.
His word is more than the miraculous harp. He hath built the walls and houses too.
What impossible matter will he make easy next?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple.
And, sowing the kernels of it in the sea, bring forth more islands.
Aye.
Why, in good time.
Sir, we were saying that our garments seem now as fresh as when we put them on first in Tunis, at the marriage of your daughter, who is now queen.
And the rarest that ever came there.
Bait, I beseech you, Widow Dido.
Oh, Widow Dido, I, Widow Dido.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage?
You cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I have never married my daughter there? For, coming thence, my son is lost, and in my rate, she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. O thou mine heir of Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made a meal on thee? Sir, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him, and ride their backs he trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside and breasted. The surge most swoln that met him, his bold head, but the contentious waves he kept and oared himself with his
good arms in lusty stroke. To shore that o'er his wave-worn bases bowed, as stooping to relieve him, I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
No, he's gone.
No, he's gone. No, he's
gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss.
Oh, prithee, peace.
You were kneeled to and importuned otherwise by us all. We have lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business making, and we bring men home to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest o' the loss.
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well. And most urgently.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather?
Very foul.
Prithee no more, thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe, your highness, and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen who have such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling I'm nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still. No, I warrant you, I will not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me to sleep? For I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would themselves shut my thoughts. I find they're inclined to do so.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest.
And watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
Why doth our eyelids not sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might, worthy Sebastian? Oh, what might? No more. And yet, methinks I see it on thy face. What thou shouldest be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Claribel.
She that is queen of Tunis? Say this were death that now hath seized them. Why, they were no worse than now they are. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. Would a sleeper this for your advancement? Do you understand me?
Methinks I do. I remember you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. My brother's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Aye, sir, where lies that? Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon. If he were that, which now he's like, that's dead, whom I with this obedience steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed forever, whiles you, doing thus, might put this ancient morsel to rest.
Thy case, my dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou got to Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
My master through his art perceives the danger that you his friend are in, and sends me forth where else his project dies to keep them living. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware.
Then let us both be sudden. 3, 2, 1.
Awake! Now, good angels, preserve the king!
Why? How now? Ho awake. Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
Whilst we stood here securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like a whole herd of bulls.
Lions!
Or rather lions. Did it not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Lions.
Bulls and lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming. As mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise, that's verily. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground and let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts.
Lead away.
Prospero, my master, shall know what I have done. So, King, go safely on to seek thy son.
All the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats on Prosper fall and make him by inchmeal a disease. His spirits hear me, and yet I needs must curse. For every trifle they are set upon me, sometimes like apes that mow and chatter at me and after bite me, then like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometime I am all wound with attitude, with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo now, lo, here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing wood in slowly. I'll fall flat, perchance he will not mind me. He has neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one. Looks like a foul bomber that would shed his liquor. If it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but to fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? A fish. Ugh. Smells like a fish. Ah! Ugh, a very ancient and fish-like smell. A kind not of the newest fish. Legged like a man. Stay down. And his fins like arms. Warm of my troth, I do now that lose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Suffered by a thunderbolt? Alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. There is no other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
I shall no more to sea, here shall I die ashore. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at one's funeral. Here's my comfort. It's mine, you can't have it. The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved them all, Meg and Marianne and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate. For she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch, yet a sailor might scratch where'er she did hitch. sea, boys, and let her go hang. This is a scurvy tune too, Kate, but here's my comfort. It's mine. You can't have it. Do not torment me! What's the matter? Have we devils here? I have not escaped drowning to be afeared now of your 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 legs, for it hath been said, as proper a man as ever went on 4 legs cannot make him give ground, and it shall be said so again while Stephana breathes at its nostrils.
The spirit torments me! Oh!
This is some monster of the isle who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should he learn our language? I will give him some relief if it be but for that. If I can recover him and keep him tame, get to Naples with him, he's a present for any emperor that ever trod on neat's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine afore, go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Thou wilt anon, I know it by thy trembling, that Prospero works upon thee.
Come on your ways. Open your mouth. Here's which will give language to you. Open your mouth, this will shake your shaking. I can tell you that soundly. You cannot tell who is your friend. Open your mouth again.
I should know that voice. It should be. But he's drowned. And these are devils. Oh, defend me!
4 legs and 2 voices, a most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend. His backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, amen, I will pour some in thy other mouth.
No, Stephana? If thou be Stephana, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo, thy good friend, Trinculo.
Trinculo? Thou art very Trinculo indeed. How camest thou to be the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stephana? I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stephana? Oh, Stephana, 2 Neapolitans escaped, and you're not drowned. You're not drowned. Oh.
Do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things if they be not sprites. That's a brave god and bear celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? Swear by this bottle how thou camest hither. I escaped upon him but a sack which the sailors heaved o'erboard.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here's and swear then how thou escapest.
Swim ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book, though thou canst swim like a duck. Thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stephana. Hast any more of this?
Oh, but, man, my cellar's in the rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. How now, moon calf? How does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, I do assure thee I was the man in the moon when the time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me you and the moon and the dog and the dish and the spoon.
Oh.
Hey diddle diddle.
The cat and the fiddle.
The cow jumped over the moon.
The little dog laughed to see such fun and the dish ran away with the spoon.
Come, swear to that, kiss the book. I will furnish it anon with new contents, swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I feared of him, a very weak monster. The man of the moon, a most poor credulous monster. Well drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot, I prithee be my God.
By this light a most perfidious and drunken monster. When God's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I'll kiss thy foot, I'll swear myself thy subject.
Come on then, down and swear.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster. A most scurvy monster. I could fight in my heart to beat him.
Come, kiss.
But that the poor monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs, I'll pluck thee berries, I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll bear him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I with my long nails will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scammels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the king and all our company, else being drowned, you will inherit here. Here, bear my bottle, fellow Trinculo. We'll fill him by and by again.
Farewell, master! Farewell, farewell!
A howling monster. A drunken monster.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch in firing, and requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, Calaban! Has a new master, get a new man! Freedom, heyday, heyday! Freedom, freedom, heyday, freedom!
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Gabardine!
This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. But the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. I must gather some thousands of these logs and pile them up.
He's safe for these 3 hours?
No, most noble mistress. The sun will set before I shall discharge from what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray and I'll rest you. I'll carry you to the pile.
No, precious creature, I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
The words are infected. The detector shows it.
You look wearily.
No, dear mistress, 'tis fresh morning with me. What is your name?
Miranda?
Admired Miranda, the top of my admiration. Worth what's dearest to the world. Oh, you so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex, nor a woman's face remember, save from my glass my own. Nor have I seen any that I may call men than you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad, I am skilless of. But, by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion but you. Nor can imagination form a shape beside yourself to like of. But I prattle some things too wildly, and my father's precepts I therein do forget.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king. The very instant that I saw you did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it. And for your sake, I am this patient logman.
Do you love me?
Oh, heaven, oh, earth, bear witness to this sound beyond all limit else in the world. I do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven's rain grace on that which breathes between them.
Wherefore weep you?
at mine unworthiness, that I dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less what I shall die to want? I am your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll be your maid. Your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
Oh, most dear mistress, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then?
I, with a heart as willing as bondage, heir of freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine too, with my heart in it. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this day I cannot be, but my rejoicing at nothing can be more. Up to my books, for yet ere supper time I must perform much business appertaining.
The master, the swabber, the boatswain, and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Meg, and Marianne, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate.
They didn't care for her.
She had a tongue with a tang, would cry to a sailor, go hang. She loved not the savor of tar nor of pitch, yet a sailor might scratch her where she did itch. Tell not me when the butt is out. We will drink water, not a drop before, therefore burrow up in boredom. Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. I say there is but 5 upon this isle. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brained like us, the state daughters.
Drink, servant monster, when I bid thee, thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
Where should they be set else? You're a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea could not drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore, 35 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant if you list.
He's no standard. Will not run, Monsieur Monster.
Nor go neither, but you'll I like dogs, and yet say nothing neither.
Moon calf, speak once in thy life if thou beest a good moon calf. Moon calf!
Moon calf!
Moon calf!
Ah! Heart of thy honor, let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I am engaged to Justle, a constable, while thou debauch fish, thou. Was ever a man a coward that has drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monstrous lie, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lord, how he mocks me! Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster could be such a natural.
Lo again! Bite him to death, I prithee!
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in your head. If you prove a mutineer the next tree, the poor monster is my subject, and it shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Mary, will I kneel and repeat it? I will stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer that by his cunning hath cheated me of the island.
Thou liest!
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I would my valiant master would destroy thee! I do not lie!
Trinculo, bother him any more in's tail, and by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Proceed.
I say by sorcery he got this isle. From me he got it! If thy greatness will revenge it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How now shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, my lord. I'll yield him thee asleep, where thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest! Thou canst not!
What a pie ninny's this, thou scurvy patch! I do beseech thy greatness, give him blows, and take his bottle from him. When that's gone, he'll drink not but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick fresh
Trinculo! Run into no further danger. Interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand I'll turn mercy out of doors and make a stock fish of thee!
Oh, what did I? I did nothing. I'll go farther off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest!
Do I so? Take thou that. As you like this, give me the lie another time.
I tell you, I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and bearing too. A pox of your bottle. This can sack and drinking do. A murrain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers.
Ha ha ha! Now forward with your tale. Prithee, stand farther off.
My stick. Beat him enough! After a little time, I'll beat him too!
Stand farther. Come, proceed.
Why, as I told thee, 'tis a custom with him in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayest brain him, having first his books, or with a log batter his skull, or punch him with a stake, or cut his weazen with thy knife!
Weazened.
Or cut his weazen with thy knife.
Pardon me, but what is your reason for doing this?
Or cut his weazen with thy knife.
If you don't do this right, we's in big trouble. I'll go farther off.
Remember first to possess his books, for without them he's but a sod as I am. Burn but his books, and that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her an unmatched beauty. I never saw a woman, only Sycorax my dam and she, but she has far surpassed Sycorax, as greatest as least.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be rulers of the island, save our graces. Trinculo and I shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Give me thy hand. I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
I, on mine honor.
This I will tell my master.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Will you troll the catch you taught me but while ere?
At thy request, monster, I will do reason, any reason.
Any reason?
Shrinkulo, let us sing. Flatum and scoutum and scoutum and flatum and flatum and scoutum and flatum and scoutum.
Those are the words.
That's not the tune.
What is this same?
This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody.
If thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest a devil, take it as thou list.
Oh, forgive me my sins!
He who dies pays all debts. I defy thee, mercy upon us.
Art thou afeard?
No, monster, not I.
Be not afeard. This isle is full of sounds and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that if I then had waked after long sleep will make me sleep again. And then in dreaming the clouds methought would open to show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked I cried to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed!
That shall be by and by, I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow, and after do our work.
Lead the way, we'll follow. I would I could see this tabard he lays it on.
Wilt come? I'll follow, Stephano.
I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache.
Oh, but I cannot blame me. Who am myself attached with weariness? Sit down and rest. Sit down. Sit down! Even now I will put off my hope. Ferdinand is drowned. Let him go.
I am right glad he's so out of hope. Do not forgo the purpose you have resolved to effect.
The next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Then let it be tonight, for now they are pressed with travel.
I say tonight. Shh, no more.
You are three men of sin whom destiny hath to instrument this lower world. And what is in it? The never surfeited sea hath caused to belch up you on this island where man does not inhabit. You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate. You three did supplant good Prospero exposed unto the sea. he and his innocent child, for which foul deeds the powers delay, not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores, yea, all the creatures against your peace. Of thy son Alonso they have bereft you. Upon your heads is nothing but heart sorrow.
Bravely the figure of this harpy has thou performed, my Ariel, a grace it had devouring. Of thy instruction I saw nothing bated in what thou hadst to say. They now are in my power, and in this state I leave them. Will I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine love darling.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing it to me in the thunder. That deep and dreadful organ pipe pronounced the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore my son in the ooze is bedded, and I shall seek him deeper than air plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded.
I'll fight their legions over.
I'll be thy second.
Follow, I pray you.
Guys? Guys?
If I have too austerely punished you, your compensation makes amends. For I have given you here a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, which once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here, for heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile that I boast her off, for thou shalt find she will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then as my gift, and thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter. But if thou dost break her virgin knot before all sanctimonious ceremonies may with full and holy rite be ministered, no sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow. But barren hate, sour-eyed disdain and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so loathly that you shall hate it both. Therefore, take heed, as Hymen's lamp shall light you.
As I hope, for fair issue, quiet days, and long life. With such love as 'tis now, the murkiest den, the strongest suggestion, the most opportune place, shall never melt my honor into lust, to take away the edge of that day's celebration, or when I shall think of Phoebus' steeds are foundered, or let night kept chain below.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her, she is thine own. What Ariel? My industrious servant Ariel. Ariel! Ariel! Ariel!
What would my potent master? Here I am!
Thou and thy meaner fellows your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go bring the rabble, or whom I give thee power here to this place, and cite them to quick motion.
Presently?
I with a twink.
Before you can say come and go? And breathe twice and cry, so. Each one dipping on his toe. We'll be here with mop and mow. Do you love me, master? No?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. Now go! Do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I conceive.
Look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire of the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well. Now come, my Ariel. Bring a corollary, rather than want to spirit. Appearing pertly no tongue. All eyes, be silent.
Here's most bounteous lady, thy rich leaves of wheat, rye, barley, fetches, oat, and peas, thy turkey mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meats fastest over them to keep, thy banks of pond and quill brim, with spongy April at thy heft betrim, to make cold nymphs change crown, and thy broom grows, whose shadows the dismissed bachelor loves, and in her sovereign grave, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and scorn, her peacocks fly amain, approach rich Ceres, her to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffuses honey drops, refreshing showers. Rich scarf to my proud earth, why hast thou, queen, summoned me here to this short-grassed green?
A contract of true love to celebrate and
Tell me, heavenly bow, if Venus or Cupid, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen?
the one charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are that no bed rate shall be paid. Mine is short belated but vain, and Mars' hot minion is returned again. To watch this heaven's sun has broke his arrows, so that he will shoot no more but play with sparrows, and be a boy right out.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait. Great Juno comes, I know her by her gait.
Go with me to bless this way and that honored be and prosperous in their issue. Honor, riches, merit, blessing, long continuance and increasing, hourly joys be upon you. Juno sings her blessings on you.
Earth's increase, toys and plenty. Barns and garners never empty. Vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly birth and bowing. Spring come to you at farthest in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessing so is upon you.
This is a most majestic vision, and harmoniously charming. Shall I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits, which by mine art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancy.
Let me live here ever, so rare a father and wife. Make this place paradise.
Sweet, now silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's more to be done. Be mute or else our spell is marred.
You nymphs call nigh to the windering brooks with your sedged crowns and ever harmless looks. Lay down your crisp channels and on this green land, answer your summons, Juno does command. Come, temper nymphs, and help to celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late. Ye sunburned sickle men of August weary, come hither from the furrows and be merry. Make holiday, your rye straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter everyone in country footing.
I forgot that filth conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates. The minute of their plot is almost come. Oh, yeah. No. Well done. Avoid. No more.
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
This is unwanted which now came from him. Never till this day saw I him so touched with anger or so distempered.
Be cheerful, son. Our revels now are ended. These were all spirits that are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, ye all which it inherit shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of, and our little life is rounded with the sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness. My brain is troubled. Be not afeared with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire to my cell and there repose. I turn to a walk to still my beating mind.
We wish you peace.
Come with a thought, my Ariel, I thank thee. Come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to, what's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
Aye, master. When I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say again, where didst thou leave those varlets?
I told thee, sir, they were mad with drinking, red hot with a fever. They smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing of their feet. At last I left them dancing in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell, up to their chins in the filth that o'erstunk their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, come bring it hither, for still to catch these thieves.
I go.
A devil, a born devil, on whose nature nurture can never stick, of whom my pains humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age its body uglier grows, so its mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to howling, come, bring it hither!
Tread softly so that a blind mole may not hear a footfall. We are now near his cell.
Monster, your fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than played the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell a horse piss, as to which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? If I should take displeasure against you, look you.
Thou art but a lost monster.
Good my lord, give me thy favor still. Be patient, for the prize I'll bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore speak softly. All's hushed as midnight yet.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool.
There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that monster, but an infinite loss.
'Tis more to me than my wetting. Yet this is your harmless fairy monster.
I will fetch off my bottle. I will be your ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise and enter. Do that good mischief which may make this island thine own forever, and I thy Caliban.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, Queen Stephana! Oh, peer! Oh, worthy Stephana! Look what a wardrobe is here for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool. It is but trash.
Oh, monster, we know what belongs to a frippery. Oh, Queen Stephana!
Put off that gown, Trincula. By this hand I'll have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
The dropsy drown this fool. What do you mean to dote thus on such luggage? Let's alone and do the murder first. If he awake from toe to crown, he'll fill our skins with pinches.
Monster, come put some lime on your fingers and away with the rest.
I will have none on't. We shall lose our time and all be turned to barnacles or apes with foreheads, villainous low.
Monster, lay to your fingers. Help to bear this where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
And this.
And this.
And this.
And this.
And this.
Hark, there are!
Now my project gathers to a head. I'll first the king and his followers.
Confined together, just as you left them. Your charm so strongly works them that if you now held them, your affections would become tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
And mine shall. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll go fetch them.
I have dimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds. I have given fire and rifted Job's stout oak with his own bolt by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. A solemn air, and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy cure thy brains, now useless, boiled within thy skull. There stand, for you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
My true preserver and a loyal servant to him he follows.
Prospero? Prospero. Prospero!
I will pay thy grace back both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a further in the act, or it's pinched for it now, Sebastian. You, sister mine, the entertained ambition, who with Sebastian would here have killed your king, I do forgive thee. Behold, Sir King, the wrong Duke of Milan, Prospero.
Thy dukedom I resign and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs.
You, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I here could pluck his highness's frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in him.
No. For you, most wicked child, whom to call sister would even infect my mouth, I do forgive thy rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation, how thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were wrecked upon the shore, where I have lost. Oh, how sharp the point of this remembrance is, my dear son Ferdinand.
I am well for it, sir.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it's past her cure.
I have lost a daughter.
A daughter? Oh, heavens, that they were both living in Naples, the king and queen there! That they were, I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last Tempest. This sells my court. Here have I few followers and subjects none abroad. Pray you look in.
No, dearest love, I would not for the world.
But for a kingdom, if it were fair play.
If this prove a vision of the island, one dear son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Ferdinand?
Father, though they threaten, the seas are merciful. I curse them without reason.
Oh, all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise and say how thou camest here.
Creatures are there here? How furious mankind is! Brave new world that has such people in it!
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid whom wast at play? Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, she's mortal, but by immortal providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my father for his advice, nor thought I had one. She is daughter to this famed Duke of Milan, of whom I have heard renown, but had never seen before, through whom I have gained a second father and a second life. This lady makes him to me.
Oh, I am hers. But oh, how oddly it must sound that I ask my child for forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burden our remembrance with a heaviness that's gone.
She's so beautiful! I have inly wept, or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you God, and on this couple drop a blessed crown.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart, thou doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen.
Amen.
Oh, look, sir. Look, there is more of us. The bosun, what is the news?
best news is that we have safely found our king. The next, our ship is tight and yar and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Sir, all this service I have done since I went.
My brave spirit.
Say, how came you hither?
I am to think ever well awake. I strive to tell you. We were dead of sleep, and we were awake straightway at liberty, where we, in all her glory, freshly beheld our royal good and gallant ship.
West, well done.
Bravely, my diligence, thou shalt be free.
This is a strange amaze as airmen looked on.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. Be cheerful and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit. Sir Caliban and his companions free, untie the spell. There are yet of your company some few odd lads that you remember not. Mark but the badges of these men, my lord, then say if they be true. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, this son of a witch, had plotted with them to take my life. These two fellows, you must know and own. This thing of darkness I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stephana, my drunken servant?
She is drunk now, or had she wine?
And Trinculo is reeling ripe. Where should he get this grand liquor that hath gilded him? How camest thou in this pickle?
I've been in such a pickle since I saw you last that I fear me will never out my bones. I shall not fear fly blowing.
Why, how now, Stephana?
I'm not Stephana, but a cramp.
This is as strange a thing as e'er looked on.
It is as disproportionate in its manners as in its shape. Go to away.
What? Oh, that's my umbrella.
Hence, and we stole the luggage where you found it.
Or rather, stole it.
Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, which part of it I'll waste with such discourse as, I not doubt, shall make it go quick away, the story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this isle. And in the morning I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemnized, and thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought should be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life that must take the ear so strangely.
I'll deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off. My Ariel, chick, that is thy charge. Then to the elements be free, and fare thou well.
I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I to take that drunkard for a god.
Please you draw near. Now my charms are o'erthrown, and what strength I have is mine own, which is most faint. Now 'tis true I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have my dukedom got and pardoned the deceiver, dwell in this fair island by your spell. But release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce art to enchant, and my ending is despair. Unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, that your indulgence set me free.